Hey, Madison.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm just keen to find out a little bit more about the project that you're working on with African Impact. So, first of all, can you kind of explain to me what the project is? You know, what is it you're actually working on for African Impact?
So African Impact is really looking to get more United States clients because right now their base is mostly European clients. As they're trying to expand more to the US. So right now,
And what is it they do?
so they work on getting volunteers. They do have study abroad opportunities, but they want people to come in, volunteer, and help teach the students there in Africa and help the conservation projects.
But the majority of their clients at the moment are UK centric, European centric.
Yes.
And so they've come to you, and then they're looking at, okay, how they can access a US market.
Yes.
And so what kind of things have you been working on? You know, are you aware of the US market, of that demographic? Is that something you have experience with, or is it something you've had to kind of deep dive into with research?
So I've had to really research, what everyone's concerns would be in going to Africa. Why is it more popular in Europe than it is in the United States? And what me and my group have found is that, it's more about safety. And when it comes to safety, it's more about the parents than it is necessarily the students that are wanting to go abroad.
Ah, interesting. So it's maybe about them, say, convincing the parents as well about that it is safe to go to Africa. And so is your advice going to get them to change some of their messaging? You know, is it going to be changing the messaging on the website or outreach? What is it that you're coming up with at the moment?
So the main idea is to have them create an app so that there would be like a direct messaging system or a safety feature. So, instead of them, if something does happen while they're in Africa, maybe there's a button they can like find my friends and that someone can come and get them or always have someone there with them in immediate contact.
And that relieves, I guess, some of the concerns from the parents, that they know if there is an issue, that I guess they're very much made aware immediately, and then there's support for them on the ground as well.
Yes. And I thought it would also be important to have like a messaging for all the other volunteers so the volunteers can know each other and have conversations before they go on the trip so they know they're not alone.
And how long have you had to put this together? And you know, what's the time frames before you have to get the suggestions and advice back to the client?
So Tuesday is whenever we present all of our ideas to the client.
So is that about 6 days, I guess, in terms of from receiving the brief to delivering the brief?
Yes.
And is this experience you've had in the past before with storytelling, branding, messaging?
No, this is completely new.
Okay, but you feel that you're like duck to water, that you get it because you're quite creative. So I guess that creativity really comes out in this sort of approach.
Yes, and I think being in like a group of three, we can really bounce ideas off of each other. So for each individual idea, someone may mention an idea, but then you have everyone else adding more to it. So it's really helped me feel like included, and it's just helped my ideas expand more.
Interesting. And like I guess the group, you're not with them at the moment. There's
Right.
you're like working remotely, and how's that been? Because your clients in Cape Town, you're based in the US, your team are in the US, but I guess not so close.
Right. So, um, what we did is we just kind of like stayed on the Zoom calls like after the meetings left because we were in our break rooms and we just didn't leave it. And so that really helped because we all created like a Google Doc and then we created the Google Slides. So we were able to talk to each other as we were working. So it was almost like we were in the same room. We just couldn't see each other.
And that's been effective, and you'd advise remote working to kind of work in that capacity.
Yes. And I feel like it's been working really well.
Has there been any struggles working remotely? Anything you're kind of finding difficult?
Nothing super difficult. I mean, there's a few distractions. I mean, I have a little dog, so one day I was working with my group and I was about to ask a question, and then she started scratching on the door. So
Dogs can
there's
do that. They can be distracting. They can be distracting. So the next challenges, next kind of projects you're working on, it's visual communication, influence strategy. So you know, this is a good start from that side in terms of the big picture with storytelling. So I guess you're pretty confident in going to the next stuff as well.
yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I really look forward to seeing the final project. I guess you'll be putting it on your LinkedIn profile, so I'll be able to go and check it out there.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Madison. I will chat to you later.